Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dog's YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. We want to give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and deliver those winners of professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show for today. All right, we got Chris Ruffolo as co-host, Brian Bitler, Kevin Thomas, Jovan Burts, Ninos, and of course James Clark is with us as well. Let's take a look at how they're going to line up for tonight. Bitler, Clark, Thomas, Burts, Ruffolo, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, how'd your weekend go? You're on mute.
Says I'm off mute.
Okay. You're off mute now. Now you're mute again.
How about now?
Now you're good.
Okay, now I'm good. It says I'm muted on the screen. Sorry. Good college football Saturday. Broke even on NFL Sunday. How about you, Tony?
Opposite. I did well in the NFL, and I get another 1 and 2 in college football. My NFL has been good because what I'm doing now in the NFL is I'm handicapping it. My Saturday nights from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. is handicapping NFL. I'm not making any opinion on the NFL. I'm going through the data and looking at some of the stats and some of the news, but I'm not making any calls until 6 o'clock Saturday till 2 in the morning on Sunday morning. And I've been doing well.
I can't argue.
I'm not making.
Can't argue with you on that.
I'm hesitating, trying to get an early opinion on NFL because there's the injuries. I've learned this year the injuries have so much impact on these results.
Yeah, absolutely. What do we always preach? Health in this day and age, especially in all of our sports, because any judgment 95% of the time we make is based on a healthy team with all the pieces in working order. And when one's missing, well, it may throw off the entire game. So that's definitely a wise strategy to take going forward.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work in college football. I can't handicap 55 games from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. It doesn't work. But it works for me in NFL. It works for me in baseball. Works for me. Of course, we do that with the other sports. But with college football, there's so many games to cover that it can be difficult if you I have to start early in the week. But anyway, I know I've had a better NFL this season because I'm doing that. All right, let's get started here with the drive. We're going to go ahead and welcome Brian Bitler. You find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Brian, what's going on?
I'll tell you what, it was a good 6 days in a row, including Saturday, and then Sunday hit, and I got my butt handed to me again. But it's Monday, start of a new week, and Mondays would be good for me, so I'm ready to hit the ground running tonight.
All right, let's hit the ground running, no doubt. Here we go at 8:15 Eastern Time. We got the Seahawks to host the Saints. It's Monday Night Football. The Saints road favors of 4, total 41.5.
Tell you what, this is a very rare over for me. I know we are expecting very bad weather here. Pretty bad weather here in the Seattle Seahawks game against the Saints. But I think we're going to see a lot of old-fashioned shootout tonight. Seahawks have some injuries, especially at running back with Chris Carson being out. I think with that stout run defense of the Saints, it's going to force the Seahawks to take to the air. Jameis Winston has had a good season with the Saints. Kind of under the radar here. Seahawks have a Swiss cheese for defense, one of the worst rated both against the pass and rush. I think this Saints team will move the ball up and down the field at will. The over is 5-0, the last Saints 5 games in October. And the over is 7-2 also for the Saints on Monday Night Football. So I'm going to go with the over here, despite the weather, with the Saints and Seahawks.
All right, Brian says over the total here, Saints and Seahawks over 41.5. I believe the Seahawks field have a pretty good drainage system because they knew they're getting a lot of rain up there. So I've noticed that the weather doesn't seem to impact, especially with that field turf, doesn't seem to impact as much there as it does in other stadiums, Chris. But one thing to note here with Jameis Winston is it's not the same quarterback on the road. I know if you look at his home road splits this year.
No, he hasn't been, but for me, Jameis Winston is still the quarterback from Tampa Bay that threw 30 interceptions in a season and matches 30 touchdowns. So I have a hard time with him, even though Brian's right, he is playing better in New Orleans, having a bit of an under-the-radar season. But I'm still taking the points with the Seahawks here. Their season's basically on the line in this one, and I think that we see the 12th man come alive. I even put a little bit on the money line, I think, with the Seahawks as well.
All right, looking here at the Seahawks, and Brian here's on Saints Seahawks over total 41.5. I might look at that dog side as well. You're going to need the dog to score some points here, Brian, to get over the total 41.5. So you do have some confidence in Gino.
Yeah, Yeah, I have trouble getting behind Geno Smith. I mean, he was competent last week against the Steelers, where the Seahawks pulled out a cover. But just I think the Saints are off that bye week, and I think they're going to be. I'm not usually with the public sided team, but I think New Orleans is going to take the Seahawks to the woodshed tonight. But maybe I'm wrong. The way NFL's been working for me lately, I've been on the wrong side of a few covers. But for me, I like the over, and I'm leaning towards the Saints.
All right, Brian here is on the over 41.5, and this game is on Monday Night Football. ESPN will televise it 8:15 Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium tonight. Well, we've got 9 NBA. We got the NFL game, 7 from hockey. You're doing well here past 7 days, 404 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dog Premium. What do you have going on over at the site?
I'll tell you, my best bet of the day is my NBA Monday Night Money Shot for $30 at PickDogs.com. Premium picks also have a top play in the NHL. Not a huge card for me today, but both those plays are best bets in each sport. You can grab those or team me up with some of the top handicappers here, like Kevin Thomas coming up next, or Chris Ruffolo, Tony T, 2-for-1 capper deals. A super way to go, great value. You also got Jovan on here, who's been consistently good for 3 months now. So make sure you check out the 2-for-1 capper deals.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers here: 404 units of profit the past 7 days. And of course, that 2-for-1 capper promotion is what we talk about. Is when you get a long-term pass from Brian, it could be a 3, 7, and third day all sports pass. You can add a second capper, and you get a discount there when you with that second capper purchase there over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, right now, popular to get that 7-day all sports pass. That guarantees you all of Brian's plays. Week 9, college football. Week 8, the NFL. Of course, all those NBA, the World Series, NHL that Brian delivers over at Pick Dogs Premium with his premium picks. So a good time to get on board with that. Tonight, he's got an NHL Monday Night winner as well as an NHL and NBA Monday Night winner over at Pick Dogs Premium. Basketball and hockey from Brian Bitler tonight over at Pick Dogs Premium. But better yet, just get that 7-day pass, even better value. All right, Brian, as always, great having the show. You're also part of the YouTube members VIP. There's a link below they can click, and some really good value there.
Tell you what, the best deal in handicapping today is the YouTube Premium and VIP. You get picks every day from me, Mitch, Rod, and Joe Madden. Also, some prop bets that have been paying out for me. I like to do the first touchdown prop and some other football-related first score props, like in basketball. I do the NBA first bucket. Definitely check it out. $100 gets you more than your money's worth for the month. Use that link below, YouTube VIP and Premium.
That's right. Now, you've been pretty good with that first touchdown prop, right? And that's available now on the YouTube members VIP this year?
Exactly. Yep. But, I don't hit everyone out of the park, but when you get plus 900, plus 800, you only have to hit, one out of every 3 or so to make a good living off of it.
All right, Brian. As always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk to you here on Friday. But we'll tune in to the morning shows Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
Definitely a lot of fun. Catch you guys on Friday and bookend the show.
Bookend the show. All right, Brian Bitler here on the drive to. All right, let's continue our coverage here. We're joined with Chris. Now it's time to welcome to the show James Clark. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he does fantastic work for us throughout the year. He had a really good year in the NBA last year, doing well this season, as well as in football. Let's go ahead and bring in him right now. James, what's happening?
Not much, guys. How are y'all today?
Oh, it's going great. We're getting cold and rain weather out here. The stuff you saw in San Francisco is coming down here to SoCal. Tonight we're looking here at basketball, NBA action, 8 Eastern Time. T-Wolves. T-Wolves off to a pretty good start. They're going to be a 5.5-point favorite hosting the Pelicans. The total in this one sits at 226.5.
Well, guys, I'm looking at this game. The Pelicans, they do get. I think Zion's playing tonight. That's what I read. I look for him to play. But like Tony said here, Timberwolves are off to a good start, 3-0 start. But I'm looking at the under in this game, the under 226.5. Why is that? The Timberwolves, they've played some pretty tough D starting the season out here. And the Pelicans, if you look at the Pelicans, they inside outside game. They really ain't big on threes, even though they shot 34%. This starting this season, they usually don't shoot threes, but they've got a good average from the threes. But if you look, 6 of the last 7, the Timberwolves games has gone under. The Timberwolves have, Towns has come to play inside. You know, he's getting a lot of block shots, a lot of rebounds. The other team ain't getting a lot of second chance points to put in the basket. And, you know, and the T-Wolves, you know, they look to go inside to score the basketball. So when you're scoring a bunch of twos and not a lot of threes, and especially with I think it's a real high total with these two teams, usually get the under. So I really like the under tonight in this game, and I think we cash this ticket.
All right, we got to James Clark here on the under 226.5. I was trying to get some Zion news, and last I've seen here says that he's targeting a return on November 2nd, Chris. Chris, you're on mute again. Still on mute. I'm sorry. That's me. You're on camera. That was my bad. Go ahead. That's what happens when I'm looking at the browser and then trying to do the show. You're back? Chris?
Better now?
You're good. Yes, you're good now.
Okay. I was worried for a second there, Tony. You're scaring me today. You know, my only concern with this is, you know, obviously the health of Zion is a big part of, you know, where the Pelicans' success is going to come from. But, you know, I did want to ask James, do you ever look at referees' stats? Because I know this is one of those under-the-radar kind of things that people have started to look into. I mean, you look at the referees for tonight's game, 2 of the 3, you know, we're seeing a lot of overs with New Orleans and Minnesota when these guys referee.
Sometimes I do. It depends on some of the games. Like the Suns and the Lakers, you know, some of the teams that's favored with ref, you know, the bigger name teams that has a superstar like LeBron, you know, I look at the refs or somewhere like that. But with these two teams, I didn't look at the ref. And I looked on the injury report, and I didn't see Zion Williams on it. I looked through it, so I guess that's why I thought he was playing. But Tony said he was out till the second, then he's out until the second.
All right, James here on the Pelicans. Timberwolves. We'll see if we get some verification there, Chris, on that Zion. My source for injuries has been pretty good. It reports him out until let's see here, out until June 2nd. Let me pull it up here. At least I read that last night as well. I've been following Zion. I've been actually going to bet against New Orleans, and they haven't been covering here. Let's see here. Zion Williamson. What do we got here?
I'm seeing that he's allowed to do contact drills, but it's still a 2-week timeline for reevaluation from the start of the season.
Yeah.
So it probably puts us around November 2nd.
Right. Okay, so November 2nd is the target return. Okay, Pelicans, Timberwolves under total of 226.5. This one has a start time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Well, we got 9 games from the NBA. We got that big Monday football game night, 7 from the NHL. We're doing great work here in college football, 661 units of profit. What do you have going on over at the site?
Guys, I got a 5-pack going on, you know, 4 NBA and the NFL game tonight. You know, if you grab this 5-pack, guys, after we go 5-0, you know, upgrade 3, 7, or 30 day. Guys, I've been red hot here the last week. Number 1 in college football, number 3 in the NBA, top 10 in the NFL. So, you know, these are the 3 sports that's going on right now. No, it's a good time to look at the 7 or long pass. And also, I'm going to leave until the first of the month. I'm going to leave my NBA pass to $5.99. And after the first, I'm going to raise it back up. Had a few people message me asking me, and I told them that's fine. So after the first of the month, it's going to go back to $700 if you want to jump on that, or team me up with any other cappers on the show. Like I said, every time I get on the show, we got the best cappers in the world. And we do. So team me up with one of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers here in college football. 661 units of profit. Now, if you look at them, the past 7 days, returning 578 units of profit. The past 30 days, 786 units of profit. Tonight, over at Pick Dogs Premium, a 5-pack from James Clark. His money stack, NBA and NFL. He's got 4 NBA plays going, as well as NFL for tonight. On his 5-pack, he put doing great work here in the NBA last year, finishing number 2. Documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with that. Of course, you can take those winnings, go long term with James. He will combine his NFL pass into one season pass. He'll include his regular season as well as the playoffs for a low price of $600. And as we said, we're about 6 months we have about NBA will probably finish in late June. So we're looking here at about 8 months of NBA picks from James Clark for $600. That's a very good value because we're also including the playoffs there with that season pass. All right, James, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
All right, Tony. I appreciate you having me on the show, and good luck, everybody, and let's cash some tickets tonight.
You certainly will. James Clark here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on our coverage here. We're joined by Chris Ruffolo. Just want to remind everybody, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show. During the week, it's 11 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bitler, and Joe Madden. And, of course, that YouTube members VIP. What a great value that is. Follow the link below and get signed up. And, of course, we're here with the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to tune for that. And of course, we always ask for your help on our show to help us build our audience. Chris, those likes, those thumbs up, we appreciate that quite a bit because it really helps us increase our audience.
Absolutely, Tony, it does, because you guys are the ones we do this for, the Pick Dogs family, and without your guys' support, there is no Pick Dogs. So keep those likes and those thumbs up coming in because they're only going to help us get bigger and better, and you guys are going to be right there along with us for the ride. So help us out. Keep those thumbs up coming in.
Certainly keep those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Kevin Thomas, we go to right now. Kevin, what's happening?
I'm trying to get to the bank because once Brian Bitler said he was on a square pick, I know to bet the opposite with everything I got. That guy, man, anytime he takes a square, it's 100%. You can bank on the Seahawks tonight covering that spread.
There we go. All right. The Bash brother, Kevin Thomas, and Brian Bitler going at it. All right, Kevin, tonight you've got a player prop tonight from the NFL.
I got Tyler Lockett going 46.5 over the total in yards. I know the Saints are coming off a bye and they're healthy. And if you remember week 1, what they did to my Packers with the pass rush, we got Geno Smith back there, so he might be under a lot of pressure. We're expecting heavy rainfall at Lumen Field, but like we were talking about earlier, it drains well. I'm more worried about the wind, which might help us a little bit, 17 to 20-mile-hour winds. So I'm thinking field goal range might be a little bit shorter. If it's not, they're going to keep thinking and dunking. Lockett being a slot receiver, and with DK Metcalf probably going to see Marshawn Lattimore. I think DK could go off in this game. I know him and Geno last week, 7 targets, but only 2 catches, 35 yards against the Steelers. But that's Geno's first game, and that was like a half week of preparation. So I think 2 weeks of getting timing down and stuff is going to be huge for this game. So I do like Brian's overpick on here because people are thinking that this defense is playing in Seattle and stuff, but I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think these guys are going to have to think and duck, and these running backs are going to be taking the short little screen passes and going distance. So I like all these speedsters to get lots of points today. So take Tyler Lockett over 46.5. I think it was minus 150. I got it at minus 115. Pretty sure you can still get it there too.
All right, Kevin's on Tyler Lockett to go over 46.5 yards, receiving at minus 115. All right, Chris, what say you? And this one is his quarterback will be Geno Smith tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I like the value at over 46.5. I think 3 of the last 4 weeks getting under 35 receiving yards is just giving us more value now. It's a buy low spot for Lockett, and I like it. You look at the first couple weeks of the season, he had 100-yard receiving games. I'm not as offended as with Geno Smith as other people might be. He's actually not. He hasn't been too bad since taking over. So, yeah, I like 46.5. I think he can finish around 55, 60 yards at the very least.
2 years in the system there with Seattle, so Geno Smith there in the system that in a team that wins, different than what he's been at before in his career, will make a difference. Kevin here on Tyler Lockett, over 46.5 yards, minus 115. All right, Kevin, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for him tonight. We know we've got those 9 NBA games up on the board, that Monday Night Football. We have some hockey. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium here, showing profit here in the NFL?
You can get my Monday night game still tonight. My NBA Slam Dunk going on tonight. You can still get my 30 days lower $2.99, the best deal on the board. That ends October 31st, so make sure you jump on that sooner than later. And the 2-for-1 capper, these guys, all the cappers before me and after me, we all talk about it. It is the best deal. That's also one of the better deals too. I mean, you get 2 brains for 1, and we pretty much all know what we're talking about. It might be stronger in one sport than the other, but you definitely can't go wrong. 2 heads are better than 1.
That's right, guys. Getting board here with Kevin Thomas over at Pick.com, showing profit in the NFL this season. He's got his Monday trifecta 3-pack, his top play from the NBA, NHL, and NFL. Just $30. So get on board with that. Take those winnings and go long-term with Kevin. That 7-day all sports pass. Really good right now because that guarantees all his plays from college football week 9, NFL week 8. We got the World Series starting on Tuesday. A lot of action there, as well as NBA and NHL. This is the best time with those long-term passes. These sports are overlapping right now. We're right in the middle of the finals here in Major League Baseball. The NBA is beginning. Of course, right here in the center of football. So get that 7-day all sports pass with Kevin Thomas. You can add a second capper there for the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value. All right, Kevin, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you on the show here on next Monday. And then, of course, I think you're going to be booked for this weekend again on Mitch's morning show.
I hope so. If not this Sunday, then definitely the next Sunday. Definitely, this Sunday's not Halloween. Is it the next week?
This Sunday is Halloween.
Oh, I'm gonna have to make an. I might have one more tournament, but I do have to make an appearance because we do get all decked up for Halloween. So
very good.
It will be a show.
Oh, very good. We'll look forward to that Halloween show. All right, Kevin. Have a great night. Kevin Thomas here on the Drive Thru. You're doing with Chris Ruffolo. Take care. All right, let's continue on with our coverage. Jovan Burts next up. Of course, you'll find Jovan over at Pick.com. He does contribute a lot to that morning show as well on the weekends. So let's go ahead and bring in Jovan right now. Doing good work in football. Let's see if we can bring him up. I think I went a little too far here. Jovan Burts. Here we go. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much, just cooling. Weather's getting cool, so just trying to get to it.
Let's get to it here. We got NBA late night action, 10:30 Eastern time. Clippers looking for that win here as they're hosting the Trailblazers. Portland off to a fast start this year, but the Clippers here laying 3, total 230.
Yeah, I think they get it tonight. I'm on the Clippers. The Clippers, what can you say about these guys? No Kawhi Leonard. Paul George saying in post games that they're still on their preseason mode, whatever that means. You're 2 games into the season and you lost to basically 2 teams you should have lost to anyway. The Warriors and was
Memphis.
It the Warriors the first game?
Yeah, Warriors.
Memphis the second game. What was the first game?
Golden State on the road. Golden State on the road.
Yeah, Golden State on the road. Yeah, you're supposed to lose those 2 games. In my opinion, Memphis is for real for people who don't realize. Ja Morant's come out real strong, but that's besides the point. So they're 0-2 coming into this one. Facing Portland team who they lost their first game. Then they came back and smashed Phoenix. So it was Chauncey Billups' first win as a head coach, and they celebrated like they won a goddamn championship. So I think with this first game on the road, I think they get not their ass handed to them, but I think it's a nice spot for the Clippers, to get their first victory, And to say this about the Clippers and the Trailblazers when they match up, the Clippers have owned them in recent games. They're 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games, and 4-0 against the Trailblazers in LA in their home territory. So I think they get their first win of the season.
All right, Jovan here says take the Clippers laying the 3 here against the Trailblazers. All right, Chris. Clippers are going to have to tighten up that defense. We know the Portland Trailblazers have been a team that shoots the ball pretty well and gives up a lot on the other end too. These teams have played over a lot over last season as well. So how do you see this one?
Yeah, this is one where I think I do lean towards the Clippers. You hear the words preseason mode. I'm with Jovan on this one. I have no idea what that means. And I probably scratched a hole in my head trying to figure out what it meant. But, I do think that Portland's defense, or lack thereof, is the difference in this one. I do think the Clippers probably eke this one out by maybe 4 or 5 points. But I'll ask Jovan this. We just talked about preseason mode. I want to see what your opinion on this. What do you think happens first if the Clippers continue to struggle? Do they make a move to try to bring someone in to help Paul George, or does Paul George want out?
Well, I mean, with Paul George, he's second in command because it's always Kawhi Leonard's team. So I mean, I don't know who is he to ask for a trade. He's bounced around, in the past few seasons. So it's like, you know, he should stay. He should stay in LA. But if they do continue to lose, it might get ugly. But I think they're the type of team with their ownership that they're not going to sell. They're going to try to buy. It's just what it is. And I do want to mention in this game that I don't think Norman Powell's playing, so that's a plus for the Clippers as well.
Yeah, I looked at the injury report here. Powell out, Snell out here for Portland. And, of course, Ibaka is out, but he's more of a defensive presence there. It was out a lot last year. Ibaka lived on the injury report last year. All right, so we got the Clippers laying 3 here against Portland. Your late-night game, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. 9 games for Monday from in NBA. We got that NFL football game. So, and we're seeing here a good profit here from college football, 520 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's Monday, so you know what that means. Time to get this money with my Money Bag Monday 5-pack. Both deciding the total in the Monday Night Football game, and 3 choice NBA picks that I like today. Key spots that I think is gonna smash. So, check it out at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs, or match me up with one of the other cappers for the 2-for-1 promotional, 2-for-1 capper promotional. You can also check out my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day. My football season passes, the combination passes, check it out. It's all there, Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Again, I'm Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, 520 units of profit, college football. That is all documented on the site. So if you go over to Pick Dogs Premium and you look up Jovan's profile page, you'll see all the plays he's put up there. They're all documented. You can check them out as they're graded immediately. And tonight, he's got a 5-pack going on right now. He calls it his Money Bag Monday 5-pack. He's got his Monday Night Football picks there, side and total, plus 3 NBA picks. His 3 best bets from this 9-game card, along with the side and total from Monday Night Football. So get on board with that at a very affordable price, $45. Of course, you can always take those winnings, go long-term with Jovan. He's got the long-term pass. He does combine his NFL and college football season pass into one for a good price, $700. Very affordable there. You get every play from Jovan, NFL, regular season, and playoffs, college football, regular season, and the bowl games for that low price of $700 for the rest of the season. All right, Jovan, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you on Friday.
Absolutely. Have a great Monday. Have a great week, and see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on The Drive. All right, let's continue our coverage here. Joined by Chris Ruffolo. And now it's time for Ruffolo. He's got his play tonight, and he's been picking on this team all season, I think, except one when I was on him. But a team that's very near and dear to Chris is the Toronto Raptors, and we'll put the game information for you right now. The Bulls on the road here to face the Raptors, 7:30 Eastern time. But the Bulls are a 1.5 favorite, total 212.
And I picked on this team for good reason, Tony. I mean, this team just has not come up to expectations early season expectations where they'd at least win a couple games, but it's been tough sledding in that regard. And I mean, how could it not be? I mean, there's been injuries all over the place. Pascal Siakam's still out of the lineup, and this team just doesn't look like they're gelling and, like a consistent team. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Chicago Bulls improved in the offseason. They acquired DeMar DeRozan. But, this is still, a game that I think is going to be low scoring. I have the under in this one, under 212.5, mainly because you look at the Bulls right now already this season, 4th in defensive rating, 4th in blocks, 5th in steals, 7th in opponent field goal percentage. The skeptic's going to say, well, they played Detroit in 2 of those 3 games this season, and that's true. But we always say you can't fault the team for playing who's in front of them, and that's the same thing with the Raptors tonight. The Raptors not a strong shooting team, and except for that one game against Boston, which was really an anomaly considering what they've done this season. But the Raptors also, not doing too bad defensively as well, considering the offense hasn't been working. So Nick Nurse at least saying, well, I'm not going to get the scoring. I'm at least going to try to focus on defense. And they're actually just ahead of Chicago, lower opponent field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, and they're giving up not many second chance points as well as being pretty good in defensive rating. I just think that this is going to be a tough, physical game, one that you're going to see struggle to get to 200 points. And I'm looking at the under all day in this one. I could see maybe 103-97, something along those lines, whichever way you slice it. But no way we get to the 210s in this one.
All right, Chris says Raptors, Bulls, under total of 212. Any concern here about Vucevic? He missed the shoot around. He was it was a game time decision, missing the shoot around. The media is saying that's a little discouraging. Just an illness. Any thoughts there?
I mean, I've learned this season more than anything, and not just with NBA, I mean with NHL, that sometimes you can trust the injury reports, other times you can't. Maybe he just had a stomach bug that he missed shoot around, and now he's gonna try to play tonight. But other times knock on wood, hopefully it's not COVID or anything like that. But I mean, it's always a concern because Vucevic is their big man in the middle. Yeah, so he's their big man in the middle, double threat every time he takes the floor. So, I think if he's out for tonight, that goes to just help our under in this one. I don't see the Raptors being too much of an inside presence in this one.
All right, Chris says Raptors, Bulls, under total of 212. This one will have a start time of 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. And I just want to let you guys know the TV game tonight. The Portland Clipper game is an NBA TV game, and your early game on NBA TV is the Wizards and the Brooklyn Nets. Of course, they would be the early game. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. 9 games from NBA. There's off to a good start in college football, 401 units of profits. Of course, we do have 7 from the NHL, that Monday Night Football game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, tonight I got my Monday Night Football play on the board, one of my favorite plays of any primetime game we've had this season. And I also got a 3-pack up in case, you want to maybe go a different route tonight to make your money. I got 2 plays in the NHL and an NBA play in that 3-pack for $29.95 for that, or for the Monday Night Football play. Or we always talk about it. The long-term passes are some of your best value for good reason. Like Tony said, these sports are all starting to overlap. In a couple weeks, we're going to be throwing college basketball into that mix as well. So this is the time to hop on long-term, whether it's just me or with someone else part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. I think the stars are all starting to align for me this year, sitting just outside the top 5 in both college football and the NBA early on in this season. And I have a feeling we're going to be making a lot of money in the coming months. So definitely don't miss out. Check those out as well as the season passes. It's all over at my page over on Pick Dogs Premium.
All right, guys, get on board here with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. 401 units of profit, college football, all documented. He's also showing profit yesterday. Good day yesterday. In the past 7 days, nearly 400 units of profit. So Chris right now over at Pick Dogs Premium, he has a 3-pack for you right now. Monday mixed bag. He's mixing it up here with Monday, NBA, NHL. His 3 best bets tonight. So good time to get on board with Chris Ruffalo there at Pick Dogs Premium, which you can also go long term. We like that 1 week pass here on a Monday because it's guaranteed football here from NFL Week 8, college football Week 9 for this when you get that 7-day all sports pass, of course, including there the World Series, which will begin on Tuesday. We'll definitely have a pick on that one tomorrow on our show as they begin the series there. NHL, NBA coverage as well. That 7-day all sports pass at a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value. You can go with the Coast package, Chris and I, Chris and Brian, Chris and Mitch, Chris and Kevin Thomas, or Jovan, James Clark. Good time to get that 2-for-1 capper promotion over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue our coverage here. Guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Right now, it's time to welcome Al Ninos to the show. You'll find Al over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's bring him in right now. Al, what's going on?
I'm going pretty good here. How are you?
Pretty good. All right. That's good. All right. Hockey tonight, 7 Eastern time. The Sabres to host the Lightning. The Lightning, big favorites on the road, $1.65, total of 6.
Yeah, we're looking at one of Mitch's favorites here. The Lightning headed to Buffalo here after losing 4-3 in shootouts to the Avalanche, who just got one of their better players back. So not too much shame in that loss. That was a pretty good game there. Tampa's off to a slow start this season, but they have looked a bit better lately, and they are the better and much more talented team in this matchup, even without Nikita Kucherov, who's one of their best players, and their starting goalie, Andrei Vasilevsky, who's sitting this one out. Buffalo, on the other hand, is off to a very decent start themselves at 3-1-1, but they did lose 4-1 to the most talented team they've faced so far. And it did take shootouts for them to beat a very bad Coyotes team 2-1. They did win their other 2 games pretty impressively, pretty big wins there, but that was against 2 of the most disappointing teams early on in the season. The Canucks do seem to have turned it around a little bit the last couple of games, but yeah, they were definitely playing below their potential early on in the season. I'm taking the Lightning -1 here myself, but we're looking at the puck line for the show at +140. This line's dropped a lot since they switched the goalies. But again, I think we still have the much better team here and just getting better value with them. Again, I'm taking the -1 here, splitting my bet between the money line and puck line. Yeah, Mitch asked about that on the show this morning, and this is really one of my favorite bets in sports, whether it's baseball or hockey, is going -1. Again, if you really hate pushing that much, you can always take them to win regulation. But I really don't mind the pushes and would rather still keep that push alive if it goes into overtime or shootouts, whereas your regulation bet would be dead there. The only real advantage you're getting with that three-way regulation bet is if your team wins by exactly 1 goal in regulation. Again, so that's mainly the main reason why I like going -1 instead of the regulation bet. No 2 or 3 pointers in hockey, no matter how far they score from, or how many people are on base for a 2-run or better RBI home run. Sorry, there's no safeties, no field goals, no touchdowns, no 2-point conversions. Each score just counts for 1 in the NHL. So, yeah. Also, if you're up late in regulation with just a couple minutes left by just 1 goal, the other team will literally bend over and spread the goal wide open for you, giving you a good chance to score an empty netter to win by 2. Of course, they don't always score that empty netter, but when you add it all up, I prefer going with the -1 again over the regulation bet. Usually, again, like doing this with favorites. They're about -150 to -200 range on the money line. You can also do this with dogs. Get some real good plus money on the -1 with the reverse puck line. But in my case, I usually like getting the better team and expect them to win by more than 1 goal.
All right, Ninos here for the
And
show.
again, for those who aren't as familiar with hockey and maybe more into baseball, the run line in baseball doesn't have as much value anymore, at least as the puck line does in hockey. So you're getting usually a lot better price on the puck line in the NHL, which does bring the juice down significantly when you mix them up.
All right, Sal Ninos here with his betting strategy that he uses, and he will be on tonight for the show. Lightning laying the -1.5 goals at +140. All right, Chris, we do see the Lightning. They do score on the road.
Yeah, they do. That's where all their successes come this season, and that's why I am leaning towards the Lightning -1.5. I actually like the Lightning -1.5 in this one. Brian Elliott starting for the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. He's not a rookie. He's not some sieve that we've seen for other teams this season. He's actually a capable goaltender, and the Buffalo Sabres, I think, are starting to regress. Like we normally expect them to do every year. So I like the Lightning here at -1.5. I liked it at -200. I like it -150, whatever it's at now. So yeah, give me the Lightning on the puck line.
All right, agreement here on the Lightning here on the puck line in this one. And this game is your ESPN game that will start at, we've got a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. Well, we got 7 NHL on the card, 9 from the NBA. We have that Monday night game going on. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I liked quite a few games in the NHL, so put out a little 5-pack with my best Monday night football bet, best NBA bet, and my 3 best NHL bets of the night. So check that out. Or again, grab a long-term pass. Great time for doing that, or 2-for-1 capper deals. You're going to get a lot of picks through a lot of sports right now.
That's right, guys. Got more with Ninos over at Pick Dog Premium. Come off a nice day last night. He's got his 5-pack, he calls it his alphabets right now. 5 plays up on the board, NFL, NBA, and NHL. And 3 10-star NHL bets up there as well. For only $40, very affordable price. You can also take those winnings, go long-term with Al, 3, 7, and 30-day all-sports pass. If you just want to get Monday Night Football from Al, he has that as well up on the site for his winner for $25. All right, Al, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk to you a little bit later here on the recap.
I will see you in a minute.
All right, y'all need us here on the drive-through. As a matter of fact, if you missed any of the picks, we are going to do a complete recap at the end of the show. Okay, now it's time for me. It's my play for tonight. Let's bring up the game information. It'll be the Bucks here facing the Indiana Pacers. The Bucks will be on the road in this one. Laying 2, the total sits here at 230.5, and I'm going to take the road favorite here, Bucks here at -2. Even though I trashed them against Miami, I was on the Bucks. I was against them, but I'm with them here. LeVert and TJ Warren are both out. The Bucks did rebound after a loss at Miami with a win at San Antonio, being a really good shooting night. They do have a day of rest. They're 8th in offensive efficiency, 110 points per 100 possessions. The Pacers, well, they're not defending the three-point line very well, allowing 40% from beyond the arc. And against Miami, they survived that game despite 39% shooting and 10 of 39 from three. But here's the kicker here. The Bucks have owned Indiana. They've won and covered 8 of their past 9 against the Pacers. So I know the Bucks are on the road here. They're laying a short number. That has probably a lot to do with the fact that looks like Holiday is out, but I think they have enough depth there to cover that up, especially coming off a night of rest. I'm going to lay this short spot here with the Bucks. A lot of it's based on their past performance here against Indiana, Chris.
Yeah, I agree with you that the Bucks have owned the Pacers in the past, and I do lean their way in this one. But are you at all concerned? Maybe I'll ask you an injury question. Are you all concerned about Brook Lopez being out for this game in the middle?
That is a good point with Brook Lopez in the middle, but I just think that they'd have enough depth to cover that one up. And of course, you're looking at Indiana's side of the part 2 here with their injuries. With Warren's been out, we've seen him last year with dealing with his injuries. LeVert is out, and let's see here. I was looking at there was some other players that were banged up that were on the questionable list. Warner, but LeVert. I understand that concern there with Lopez as well. But I trust that with Hill, Allen, of course they've got Middleton and Giannis and the depth behind them, especially in a rest situation here. Now, if you get into cluster games where you're playing, maybe your third game in 5 nights, you get into a back-to-back, that's when the concern comes in. But this early in the season, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. I think, though, that my concern was Brook Lopez, but I do think that the Bucks have the depth to get the job done in this one between 2 high-scoring teams that haven't played much defense this season.
Not much at all. All right, Bucks -2 against the Pacers. This one has a start time of a 7 p.m. Eastern Time NBA League Pass channel. Guys, check out Pick Dog Stream. I have my 3-pack tonight on the board. My best bets from the NBA, 2 NBA plays, and my best bet from Monday Night Football. So get on board with that. Coming off pretty good NBA, NFL yesterday at 3-0. So good time to get on board with me over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion, so you can match me up with Chris, with El Ninos, with Big Al, James Clark, with my long-term passes, with my 3, 7, and 30-day all sports pass over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with that. Let's continue on here with our coverage here, joined by Chris. This time is the time to show the recap. So let's go ahead and bring up the plays from tonight. Brian Bitler got us started. Saints, Seahawks over 41.5. El Ninos will join us in this segment. James Clark, Pelicans, Timberwolves under 226.5. Kevin Thomas, Tyler Lockett over 46.5 yards, -115. Jovan was on the Clippers, laying 3 against the Trailblazers. Chris, Raptors, Bulls under 212. Al Ninos, Lightning on the puck line, lay the -1.5 goals, +140 against the Sabres. Yours truly, Bucks -2 against the Pacers. We'll start with Chris of the near pick. Which one do you like the best?
I got to stick with Al. I said it. I liked it before. I like it now. I like the puck line. Tampa Bay Lightning -1.5 against Buffalo. I just think Buffalo really regressing right now.
All right, that's going with Al. All right, Al, of the near pick, which one do you like the best?
No thoughts on the -1, Chris? No, I'm going to go with the Saints Seahawks over the 41. That was almost my premium play tonight, but I got the play on the side if you want to check that out and maybe parlay them up together.
Believe it or not, the T-Wolves are playing defense this year. It's hard to believe, but if you go over and look at their numbers and look at their defensive history, they're playing defense. So I'm going to go Pelicans, T-Wolves, no Zion, under the total of 226.5. I'm going to piggyback here with James Clark and hope that form holds. I know it's been a few games, but pretty good sign here from the T-Wolves, that especially with Russell. You got Russell and Towns on the court. They play very good together. Remember, there was a lot of injuries with that team last year. The coaching was inexperienced. Now they got that corrected. I'll go that route then. With that. One thing, Chris, I just want to remind everyone, we forgot to mention during the show, is you also part of the hockey video series with you and Rod Zawacki.
Yeah, we're doing the Puck Dog series, and we're doing videos every game, every day, and that's not going to change. And same thing with the soccer videos with Gordon and myself. There's a lot of content going up at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place as well. We're starting to get that up as well. So make sure you guys check out, subscribe to both channels, because we're going to be getting a lot of content up in the near future.
That's right. A lot of content up there over at Pick Dogs and Sports Channel. Please check it out. Best thing to do is subscribe to the channel and go in there and check out those categories, because all the videos are grouped together. When you look at when you go to the YouTube page and you see them in categories there, and you've won all your NHL just with one click there. You can watch them and loop them if you want to see them again. All right, Chris Ruffolo here with us here on the drive-thru, as well as Ninos. And check out those videos. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the drive-thru, guys. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have cappers booked, giving out all the live picks for all the picks for this game starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later. We'll have the World Series pick for you, as well as Game 1 of Boston-Houston gets started. We may even have a series pick. I'm going to throw it out to the cappers as one of their options to deliver tomorrow. So we'll see what we have for you. And of course, it all gets started with the morning show. During the week, it's 11 a.m. Eastern time. Mitch, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bitler, Joe Madden, and of course, that YouTube members VIP premium picks on YouTube from the guys in the morning show. Check the link below and get signed up. All right, let's bring in our crew for tonight. Wait, good night to everyone. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you guys.